I said guy online. This is just RPG Maker. This is sick.
And
we meet each other in the street and I bump into your shoulder. It's like, yo, we want to go, bro? Want to go? And then just dual request.
Oh, okay. We can't do it here. Hold on. This is a different format.
Oh, sorry. The V premium members live here.
Yeah.
Commoners have to duel over here in the city square. What the hell?
Hey everyone, it's Curly, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit special. As you may or may not have seen from the History of Vanguard series, where I've been going through Vanguard's history and just taking a look at all of the sets starting from the very first one, I've decided that in order to help players understand what it was like back in the day, that I could also start doing some fights from that era using cards from that era. And to do so today, I've got my lovely friend Chris Caine. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Perfect. So, Chris Caine, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I've just been doing YouTube for about 10 years. I've done a variety of different content, mainly horror and RPG Maker games, but I've also done videos on games I like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And then might be one or two Cardfight Vanguard 0 videos that I've done. I'm more of a Yu-Gi-Oh guy, but Cardfight Vanguard, I really do enjoy the game. I've talked to you about this when we did our test games with this program. I really do enjoy how back and forth it is, and I don't know, it's so once you actually get through learning the cards and how the game is played, the gameplay is just so fun. And it can go either way. Vanguard's an extremely fun game, and new people should be open to it and give it a shot.
Absolutely, I 100% agree. That's the reason why I love Vanguard so much, because even if, you think it's over, you have nothing in your hand, whatever the case may be, it's never over till it's actually over, which is really great.
Exactly. We were saying this before, how a lot of these card games, you can usually tell within a turn or two, or based off someone's board, it's I can't do anything, you locked me out.
Yep.
And the game ends within a turn. But when we did our test games, the previous game I had, I wasn't sure. I was pretty sure I was going to lose because I was losing resources. Then all of a sudden, as we just kept going, I was gaining resources and I was back in the fight. And it's just such a satisfying feeling.
Absolutely.
When I played this game. 0, I had such a good time with it when it existed.
Yeah.
So
Rip 0.
Yeah, I miss 0, man.
Yeah, me too. But, alright, so I brought you on today to show the old trial decks, the very first trial decks that were released in Vanguard. So these decks are exactly the same as the trial decks that were released. The list is exactly the same, nothing has changed. And we're just going to jump right into it. I guess we can flip to see who goes first. Do you want heads or tails?
I'll do tails. You
get to go first.
Okay, in 0, I think I preferred going second. I don't remember, but I all right, gotcha. Yep. So I do draw, right?
Yes.
The first turn.
Yep. Okay,
and then I can ride, but then I don't attack. I don't have a battle phase.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
So let's go ahead. Yeah, it's some grade 1s, they have slightly stronger stats but no effect, and then there are some that are a little weaker but they have an effect. So I'm trying to see who's worth. All right, I'm just gonna go with you.
Perfect.
Okay, and then from there, I'll just end.
Sounds good. I'll begin my turn. Stand and draw. I will begrudgingly ride, I guess, Gojo here.
And begrudgingly, you don't like this card? Unfortunately, I have to play him.
I wanted to not ride him and
okay, yeah.
use his effect.
Okay.
Then I guess I will actually call behind him the Flame of Hope Ermo, and I will go to battle and attack your Vanguard for 13 with an on hit. I can discard 1, draw 1.
All right, that's fine.
Yep. No guard.
No guard.
Perfect. Drive check. Stand trigger. That sucks. 5k, and I stand the back row. So you take 1.
Okay, and then I.
Yep. Nice. Perfect. So I will use Ermo's skill here. Let's go ahead and discard. I guess this. And I'll draw 1. Oh, that's
grade 2.
Yeah. I'll pass turn.
All right. Draw. Ooh, okay. Okay, I think he came in clutch. He's the I didn't have a grade 2.
Ooh, yeah, that's them.
Blade. All right, I will put in reserve Wingull. Trusty sidekick. Little pet friend. I think for now I will go into battle.
Okay.
I'll ride and attack your Vanguard.
So that will activate Wingull's skill. He will get an additional 4k because he's boosting Blaster Blade.
Right, let me just go ahead and do that.
Cool, perfect. So that's 19 to my 7. I did want to ask you before I guard. So you realize how this trial deck, right? This is the first wave of any sort of product that Vanguard players or upcoming Vanguard players had access to when this game first started. And you notice how not all, but most of the cards have some sort of effect that they can use, right? So you have a pretty interesting situation to weigh in on this, but how would you prefer it if you were learning a new card game? Would you rather it be completely vanilla, like there's zero effects on the cards, or would you rather sort of a mix of what this specific trial deck does, where there's some effects, nothing too crazy, but there's just some effects on the cards?
I'm not against cards like, you know, having effects. I think the only issue I had with Vanguard initially was, you know, how Yu-Gi-Oh was just all words, no symbols. And you just read it and you just kind of, well, we had to like, for some cards you had to interpret it, like based on what they meant and look up certain terms. Whereas this game had terms and then also symbols. And I feel like maybe new players get turned away because they see all these symbols and they got to do research. And I don't know. I feel like that's what kind of happens. But would I prefer a deck that was mostly just vanilla with no effects? Is that what you're asking?
Essentially, yeah.
No. I mean, people would. I think card game players would assume a card with no effects isn't great.
Yeah, fair.
Like it's the same as, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh, where there's no. It's just a vanilla card, no effects, unless it's part of an archetype, I guess. Very few normal monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh are part of an archetype that's powerful.
Yep.
And then Pokemon, that equivalent of that would be like a Pokemon with just one attack.
Right.
And that's it, you know, but no, I mean, I think it's just mainly just learning the terms, and the card's got a lot going on with it. It's got the defense on the side and these, you know, grade 2 and what these numbers mean. Like, I feel like that's probably what would, yeah, but I don't think it has anything to do with the number of effects on them.
So that's interesting that you would say that. So, of course, these trial decks are from the very start where no one knew what Vanguard was and they have effects on them. But right now, Vanguard is going through a, they're coming up with a new anime series, and they're doing a whole new wave of Vanguard product for this series, and to sort of get players adjusted to that and sort of reach out to a new market and all that jazz, they've done a somewhat controversial decision of making these quote-unquote quick start decks. So they're trial decks that are like for brand new players to start playing the game, but they have mostly entirely vanilla cards. So it's really similar to what I think Yu-Gi-Oh just released. I don't know if you're familiar, but they have this like 2-player box now. Where
I'm familiar. Yep.
Yeah, so they have, I think they have a few effects in that, but it's mostly vanilla, so it's kind of the same thing. So I just wanted to get your take on that, because it hasn't been received too great by the Vanguard community, because it just seems like basically what you said, like players, like some of them might be put off by these, you know, the keywords and the symbols and stuff, which is, you know, obviously a fair point. But at the same time, most players, whether they are experienced in TCGs or just brand new, they'll see a card that has nothing on it and be like, this is, you know, kind of boring, this has nothing to do. And the game isn't like, I'm not going to say Vanguard's an easy game to play, but I don't think it's necessarily complicated to the point where you have to have zero effects or anything like that.
Yeah, no, the starter decks you were talking about for Vanguard, I think it is essential for people who want to play it and not have to worry about these effects and remembering. Because, you know, when you play TCGs, you want to have a good knowledge of every card, and some people, they just, you know, they'll stick to what they're familiar with. It might not be open to new, because there's tons of card games that have come out. I have a coworker who's trying to get me to play the My Hero Academia trading card game, and I'm like, I'm open to it. I'll play a starter deck, but to get really deep into it and be competitive, you want to move away. You want to move up from using cards with no effect. But Vanguard, once people give it a chance and understand, it is not as complex. You know, there's quite a bit of reading to do, but other than that, I feel like when you play Vanguard, there's no like weak deck to strong deck. It's just kind of like they're just kind of going head to head, and as long as people are smart with their resources, I feel like anyone really has a chance to win. That's what I get. That's the feeling I get when I play Vanguard. Everyone, there's a chance to win.
Yeah.
Like it's like 50-50 kinda.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
know? Like I play games where I feel like I have a 40% chance to win, and I end up winning.
Yeah.
Because I stuck with it. The triggers went off, which are random. There's no real skill to that. You know what I mean? So it's this exciting feeling that you get. It's like hitting the lottery.
Yeah.
Like when you get the right trigger at the right time. It's such a good feeling. That's why I like this game.
Absolutely. Most people agree with that sentiment. Some of them go the other way. I won't get into that particularly, but I will see if you can maybe hit the lottery here, and I will no guard your attack and see what you got.
Okay. Oh right, I draw one.
Right click, yeah.
Yep.
Holy perfect. What a perfect.
I got the critical. It feels so good. And then I can put a little symbol on it too.
Yep, there you go. So I will take 2 damage here. I also got a critical.
Okay.
Not that
Okay,
it
but
matters.
this is early game though.
Yeah. But that's still pretty huge. 2 damage is
That's
huge.
amazing.
Ooh, good job.
Thanks.
Yeah. Much skill. All right, my turn.
Exactly. Yes. Enter. Gotcha. Okay. Wow.
So I will stand and draw. Somewhat. Thank you. Ooh, wow, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, hitting a critical in the early game, I mean, that just kind of gives you the ability to use an effect that requires 2, what's the term again?
Counterblast.
Blast, yeah.
Yep, which is exactly what I will do to you right now. So I'm going to go ahead.
So in that case, it's not great. I just love hitting criticals in this game. It's so good.
I'm going to go ahead and ride my Berserk Dragon. I will not
Okay.
use its skill, even though I can. I will go to main phase. I will then call a... I just want to make sure I have this right. Yep, should be right. I'm going to call another Berserk Dragon, but I will use this skill to counterblast 2 and retire your Wingle.
I mean, why you gotta do that, man?
Then I will activate my Yaksha skill. Since it's the main phase and one of your rear guards was put into drop zone, and I have a grade 2 Vanguard, I can reveal this and ride it.
Oh, that's sick.
So I will ride into grade 3,
Okay.
which means I do have access to Twin Drive. And I guess I'll throw out this Nahalem just to be cheeky.
Okay.
So I'll go to battle.
Now, to a new player, this might look bad, but just keep watching.
Yep. We'll swing in for 9 with our Berserk Dragon.
That's how I feel when I first played this. I was like, oh man, this is bad, but
Yeah.
not necessarily. Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, to new players who might not know this game either, if the stats are the same, it's not like Yu-Gi-Oh where they're, they clash and then they both go down or whatever. You have to hit that number or above.
Exactly.
Equal to or more.
Yep. And only
Not greater.
Yeah, only the rear. Well, greater. Only the rear guards get retired. The Vanguard always stays. He doesn't get retired, or he doesn't get destroyed. But you do take the player does take a damage that way.
Yes. All right. So then I'm gonna take that.
Okay.
So I'll take 1 damage.
Cool. I will then swing in with my Yaksha. Here's it by Ermo for 15.
Draw 2.
Okay. I check 2, and I can draw with the on hit if I want to.
All right. I am. I will take that.
Sure thing. First check, no trigger.
Okay.
Second check, no trigger. You are safe.
All right. That to me, that's a win.
Yeah. I will use the skill here of Ermo to discard and draw 1. And then I will end my onslaught with this Nahalem to your Vanguard for 10.
You know what? It's not the end of the world. I will take that too.
Sure thing. That is a draw trigger.
And I get to draw. Okay, good.
Perfect. And my turn, go ahead.
All right, so now it's my turn. Draw. Alright, now we'll go ahead and ride the Crimson Butterfly Brigade.
Mm-hmm.
You have 2 grade 2s, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Get you out there.
Sure thing.
Alright, I will go into the battle phase.
Sure thing.
With him, I'm gonna swing into... Whoops. I'm gonna swing into him.
I will guard with Berserk Dragon for 15.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so with that, with my Vanguard, I will swing into yours.
I will no guard. Go ahead.
Okay, so check 1,
Mm-hmm.
check 2.
Ooh, another draw trigger.
Another draw.
Cool.
Okay.
I'll take 1. No trigger.
Alright. There you go.
I'm gonna
But I have a lot of cards in my hand, so...
You do. You're in a good spot.
That's your way of defending yourself.
Yep. I do not. I will draw. Ugh.
I mean,
Go to
from my
main
perspective,
phase.
you have 5 cards in hand. I don't know what they are, but it could be... could be defense too, but...
Or it could be the worst possible stuff in the world.
Oh, great.
I will, I guess I will call out this Yaksha as rear, and I will call out Dragon Dancer Monica to boost. Yeah, that is what it's gonna have to be. I'll go to battle. We're gonna take, yeah, we're gonna take Nahalem into your boars.
Okay. Let's go ahead and, I guess, block that.
Sure thing.
Okay, so now you go here.
Yep. Then I'll take my Vanguard, boosted by Airmo, to attack
Alright,
yours.
now, because you're about to draw check 2 triggers, your attack could go up to 25.
Correct.
So, and I do want to block that, so I will use my resources. I'll use him.
Okay.
Let's see, it could go up to 25.
Yep.
So, I'm going to use you.
Okay. So that is 2 to pass.
Now, do I want to hope that he doesn't hit twice? There's a good chance he won't. Probability is, but in our test games, I hit 2 triggers so in one situation. So
Anything's possible.
it's absolutely. You know what? Yeah, I just in case.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that.
Sure thing. First check, nothing. Second check, nothing.
Okay, all right. Well, that's all right.
It got.
I'm still happy with that.
Yeah, that's fair.
If I didn't get that draw trigger, I probably would have considered not spending that extra card.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's do. Yeah, I think we can do 14 to your Vanguard.
All right, I will take this damage because I won't lose.
Sure thing.
Okay.
No
Great.
trigger. And I'll pass back to you.
All right. Is that a grade 2? It is. Okay. So ride, draw. Let's see. Main phase. All right. I do have a Knight of Silence.
Sure thing.
I have him. Battle phase. I will hit into your grade 2.
Sure. You can have him.
Okay. Vanguard to Vanguard.
I'm going to risk it and say no guard.
Okay. Alright, so let's check 1.
Yikes.
Holy! Haha! Let's go. Okay. We're gonna add the crit to him, and then I got 1 more. Alright.
Sorry. Who you give? I'm guessing the power to.
Oh, whoops. I meant to. I don't know why I always give it to the Vanguard. I meant to give it to him.
It's alright. You can change it.
Alright, my
there you go.
mistake.
You're good.
Yeah, because I already go over him. I don't know why I power him up.
Yeah. I'll take 2. No triggers. Awesome. Love it.
Wow. Okay. Well, you're clearly going to block this one. So I'm going to attack with my other one.
You would think. Are you going to use his skill or no? I don't think.
He could gain another 300, but would that matter? You would need.
It won't matter. No.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter. So no, I'm not.
Okay. So then I will guard for 19.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yep.
All right. And
Perfect.
go ahead.
I'll stand and draw. Ugh, I was really hoping I would draw into Overlord, but never mind. Okay. Main phase. That's a lot of cards from my hand, so I think I'll keep this in hand. So I'm gonna call Tejas, and behind I'll call Wyvern Strike Jaren. I think I will overcall, so I will put this guy on top.
Okay.
Yaksha goes to drop. To call another Berserk Dragon, we'll use the skill of, yeah, because I can target this one. So I'll Counterblast 2, retire him. I could only do grade 2 or less. For a second I thought it was grade 1, but okay, so we're good. And with that, I will go into my battle phase, and I'll swing for 14 to your Vanguard.
Alright, now it just occurred to me I have 5 damage.
Yep.
Okay. I will clearly block that.
I hope so. Yep, that's enough. Okay. Then I will swing with Yaksha for 15.
Okay. Looks like I'm gonna have to use this guy.
Okay.
And... yeah,
Okay.
I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay, so that is a 2 to pass. Sounds good?
Yep, 2 to pass.
First check. Ooh.
My gambling. Oh, well, that's only 1.
Gosh. I won't risk it. Usually I would, but I don't trust these decks. I'll give power to Rearguard instead.
Power to him. Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah, okay. So I do not hit.
Well, this is not looking good for your boy.
So then I will take Tejas, boosting Wyvern Strike, and then Strike skill. If you boost Tejas, he gets an additional 4k. So it's going to be 23 and 2 damage to your Vanguard.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think he'd go over that high. Okay, well, let's see here. So if I defend, it doesn't matter. I still have to do the damage check, which could be a heal.
Could be. You will need 2 of them.
But if it was a heal, then it wouldn't matter.
You would need 2 in a row.
Well, yeah. Okay. Even if I defend, it wouldn't matter because I'd be short 3,000. So let's go ahead and it will go through. Draw. Yep. No, and I lose. Okay.
Yes. GG. So
I think I might have been a little bit too aggressive. And
no, you were fine. What really probably hurt you is literally what you just said, is that you were 3k short. So since I retired your Gallatin, you could have used that to intercept.
Is true.
So it's just a way.
And unfortunately, I had to ride the Blaster Blade because he was the only grade 2.
Yeah,
he's another good card that does the same thing.
Yep,
but
same exact
he was
thing.
the only grade 2 I had at the time. Otherwise, I would have saved him to do the same thing. All right, well, GG.
GG's. All right.
That was a lot of fun, though.
Absolutely. Let's. You want to do that again?
Absolutely.
All right.